And he's great.
Fun.
He was all ready for a harvest and they're like, oh.
I hate first, but I started right. I
They
buy
eating my car.
all of both of them. No, I can drink.
Oh, yeah,
propane.
they
I
are-
can drink
oh,
acid. I drink power, zero sugar power. It's all I drink, especially this heat.
Yeah, it's hot.
Actually, I think it does. How do you like your new plan?
I don't know.
All right, we're live.
Oh,
yeah, that's not
Perfect feel out.
That's not good.
Came up at.
Oh, we have about a minute.
A couple of people knew him briefly. I think he was local for a time and then he's south. See, he's not a stranger. But they did talk about how it was pretty.
I don't know why you should have. 2 weeks in a row there.
And he probably took, just like.
Yeah.
Like that, they take flame for a lot of things, he probably, you know, avoid.
This week.
He was.
Does that mean go?
He was-
There was some that was.
You don't want to. You gotta do every days in advance.
He was, I mean.
Plus you get skirt.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
good.
Sorry.
Hot night.
Yeah.
We're awful quiet tonight. I know if they just.
It's not scripted, it's enough.
Butter usually drags people in. She's not got a,
She was here before me.
well, no, I was talking about the crowd of friends she usually brings with her. You need a microphone.
I actually looked at my
Do I do?
watch thinking I was like better be.
They can have mine.
Handheld.
I had to move it over so she could share. That way you didn't have to be right in front of it.
Well, it was usually over here came in Jeremy, but I'd always turned it off anyway, so it didn't matter.
People don't need to hear what you're saying.
Most of the time not. You're correct, Dustin. You're 100% correct.
Oh, no, they're close.
Most people don't listen.
Legally, we don't want people hearing what he's always saying.
You're exactly right. I'm not politically correct.
Did they turn your mic off again?
No, they've moved it on me now. They moved it on me now for Ashley.
Yeah, she moved.
I won't be able to hear what you guys say.
Sometimes that's not a good idea.
Back then, I'm going.
No, we need to come like off. That's it. It stays on.
My dad and my dad.
Special edition cover this year.
Great.
Got it.
Great done. It's supposed to be illuminated.
See, that's.
There you go. We're done? Oh.
2 days. Turn it on, you know, it's okay.
See, that you was very responsible.
For a lot of things, right?
Actually, I guess the only way you're gonna get your spot now is you can get here earlier.
Yeah.
Lost it to the golf cart.
Oh, no. Okay,
Thought of you when I saw.
all right, it is time. It's trying. You ready? Linda, you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the August 10th meeting of the Calvert City Council. Been a busy month, a lot of different things going on. A lot of fine details of government is happening. Bids are being released. Openings. Getting along with the business of the city. First off, approval of the meeting minutes from last July's meeting, July 13th. Has everybody had a chance to review those?
Yep.
If so, I'd take a motion.
So.
How about a second?
I'll second.
Pick one. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, thank you for that. I don't think we have any visitors before the council that are not on the agenda that I see. So moving forward from there, under somewhat old business, Dan Sills asked to talk to the council about something that's near and dear to his heart. So Dan, you want to come up here? I don't know if the mic's on or not.
You want us to move ours up here?
No, I think we've got one. I don't, it's on, should be ready. Dan asked for permission to say something, so doesn't need my permission. Come on, Dan.
Yes, Frank. I happened to be over at Dustin's shop Saturday, and he asked about the paving Clark Cattle Road. Did a hallelujah, jump and dance, because I wanted to thank you all for what you spent to do that, which it is perfect in every way. They widened it, they marked it, it's safer, smoother. When you hit the railroad track, and it's just click, 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 not wham, so. But I do appreciate what you all did to get that done for us out there on that end.
Well, it took a while to do it, and it's a city road, so we took care of it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Good.
We 100% done with that? Totally.
Everything we're gonna do with it.
Okay,
Right.
totally striped up.
Yes.
Okay, last time I was on it, we did.
Actually, we went from, Industrial Parkway all the way down to, McFarland Road.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so things are looking up out there. It's nice for those who haven't had a chance to be on it. Last time I was on it, it did not have the white top on it, but that was pretty early. Good to know it's finished. Administrator search, it's underway. We've had a committee meeting and had individual meetings with our consultant. It's my understanding that the advertisement is hitting the press.
Went live today.
Went live today. So we should have some interested parties come back to the committee. Consultant does sort through them and give us the leaders. So it's progressing well. Anybody have anything to add to that? Nope. Okay.
That was on schedule. I was just saying that was on schedule.
Right,
Scheduled
right.
to be posted.
Okay.
Do you want to give them the schedule, the other council members?
Yeah, we can. We can forward
And
it.
I don't know if they need to know the cost or not either.
Okay, well,
I mean,
all right,
it's up to you. I just,
we can do it. Schedule is especially important. And the cost.
And in our meeting, we all did everything we could to brainstorm to expedite schedule with the consultant. And I think we did the best we could, given what we got.
Okay. Do we have anything on the opiate committee meeting? Have y'all had any more meetings on the opiates? No?
No, I was letting them meet about this now, so
Okay.
I kind of just.
I understand. Things have to move and flow. Yeah. I'm just thinking about old business that we probably need to give some updates on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I did send an outline that they're looking over. That I know Danae's been real busy, so.
Okay. New business. Councilman Brown approached me at the start of this meeting and said he had something he'd like to talk to us about, which is probably a little more in depth than our regular going around and talking about stuff that we do at the end of the meeting. So Dustin, you wanna talk to the?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I've been thinking about, on Highway 95. I'll try to explain this if I follow me, but it starts out at 62 and 95 and it's 55-mile-an-hour speed zone. As you head north, when you get to about Napa, it switches to 45. And then you go on through a couple dips, come over the hill, past Princess Jennifer, go down the hill, you get to Fifth Avenue. And then just beyond Fifth Avenue, it changes to 35. So, you've got these conflict points, Fifth Avenue, you've got the cemetery there, you've got 4 businesses, you've got an apartment complex, Sixth Avenue, and then you've got Princess Jennifer, which includes 75 homes now. Wasn't that many several years ago. So that's Kingswood Rural Park. That's their only avenue to get by bike or walking or whatever to get to the multi-use trail in the parks. And Princess Jennifer, as you know, is right over the crest of that hill where it's 45 mile an hour zone. So I think that it would be reasonable to ask transportation to take a look at that and consider moving that 35 mile an hour zone back just a little bit, just to allow safer crossing and entrances and exits to all of those roads and places through there. Now, on top of that, I think it'd be a good idea. This is beyond that, but a sidewalk from in that area, the Princess Jennifer area, down to either Sixth or on down to the sidewalk at Fifth and 95. And I'm not sure what that would entail, but transportation would probably know if it's feasible in the current right of way.
Right,
Add
right.
a sidewalk there.
Well, it is a state thoroughfare, and I think it's, I don't recall us doing it as a council member, maybe others might, to have an ask of the transportation cabinet to evaluate that. I think if the council were to say, hey, this is important to us, we think you ought to take a look. I think we could send them communication of that sort. Tying that neighborhood into the park system is something we've talked about. I know we've talked about it during budget times and bounce some ideas around on how we could, tie in a bike connector or something. It doesn't seem appropriate. We've got the graveyard there, or the cemetery, excuse me, and the pond makes it kind of limited on what we can do with property that we own. But I think it's a fair ask if council, thinks about it. If we wanted to author a letter about that, and if there's any questions, everybody understand where he's talking about. And there's some inconsistencies on speed limit, different directions in there where the signs are placed. I don't know if they've been rectified or not. There were at one time. They have been? Okay.
Would you propose to cut out the 45 and make it 55-35 or step things back? I mean, what's
Probably not. I think if it switched to 35 before you crest that hill leading up to Princess Jennifer and going down that hill, give people time to slow down a little bit as they approach the crest of the hill, would be enough. I don't know that you'd want to extend 35 all the way back to Napa. I mean, you could, but
You might
That
45,
may cause more
Oak
traffic
Park
issues.
Industrial Parkway is 45.
well, yeah, and it's 45 at
All the way.
Napa.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, but I'm saying it turns to 45 at Napa.
No, I
Are you-
understand the 35, but I'm saying instead of 55 to 35, they might consider 40
Well,
up until that.
they may come up with that.
Yeah.
And we did not ask them to lower the speed limit on Oak
Right.
Park. And that happened a couple of years ago. I don't remember the exact, maybe it was longer than that.
It was
but,
long, it was right after you became mayor.
They drove it and didn't say a word
Right.
to city government about that. And decided to do that. I asked about how that process happened and I got crickets on that, but it's not terrible. And that's something we're asking them for. I think the ask would be for them to evaluate that, especially in those high traffic areas. I know I've had several comments through the years of Ninth Avenue, where you come out into 60, Highway 95, excuse me, is a pretty stressful place there. So we can ask them to consider speed limits on that road. Does that make sense to everyone? Everybody would support that? Yeah. Yes, primarily. And it's going to be up to them. They asked for sidewalks. I'm not sure. John, you want to, something about it? We wanted to try to.
Well, I mean, the sidewalks on 95 right now, they gave to us at some point, because all they'll do is from curb to curb. That's all they'll maintain. They don't maintain the sidewalks. We have to maintain those. I don't know at what point or how we got them, but we did. Maybe Lloyd, do you know how we got the sidewalks? No, somehow we managed to get those. I don't know if it's because they allowed people to put sidewalks in. If that's the case, I figure if they do put them in, it'll be at our expense, or we will maintain it, one or both.
Those sidewalks went in when I was a kid.
Yeah.
No, they've
But
been
I'm
there a long
talking
time.
about in new section, because like out here, we maintain those going out along 62.
So you're talking
But they
about the
went in at our
sidewalks north
request,
of Fifth Avenue, like after you pass Fifth and there's sidewalks on 95. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Those have been in there for a long time.
But I
So we
think a
have to do-
sidewalk, I think
Yeah.
a sidewalk going up to, because when you come out of Princess Jennifer, I see a lot of people run across there and walk and whatever, and you just got to go across and try to get across before a car comes, but then
What
there's
side of
nowhere
the
to go.
road you looking at?
Well, yeah, most people
Well, it
get
could be
across
either.
to get to Boots and Blues and then stay.
Yeah,
on
but
that way.
and it's down
Do
the
you
road
wanna
a little
stay on
bit.
that side of the
So I-
road? and
It
go-
could be either, just a way to get down to Sixth and then you can cross or cross and then get down to Sixth.
I'm just wondering, what you've got a really steep hill just past D and W. And then you've also got a short front on what used to be the Trudy's. And so you're putting in something there, then you wind up, there's nothing in front of that building.
Mhm.
So not that they don't have property beside, but at the same time. The question is do you want to go down that side or you want to go down the other side?
Mhm.
You know, that's that,
I
I
don't
guess is where
think,
we're at.
I don't think it would matter as long as you can get down somewhere to Sixth or down to the Fifth intersection, Fifth or Sixth. Well, probably if you get to Sixth, then you're almost,
This would be easier.
because then you're not far from that parking lot, that's where a Quick Lube used to be. Mhm. And that'd be probably perfect for a TAP grant, but I know y'all have dealt with that and that.
Well,
And,
let's, the ask, the ask is,
In your old age?
See you in 10 years.
Yeah, right.
well, I'm hearing, well, that's it. I don't know quite how to ask. Dustin brought to my attention that I didn't have time to call. I don't know.
It's just a-
Let's,
We talked-
well, no, I'm sure the district gets all kinds of letters from all the little governments and we can do that. Let's investigate and see what the best format for that is and do an ask for a speed limit evaluation forthwith and see if we can sponsor some talks about putting in some sidewalks or a sidewalk at least on one side and how that process even works. I mean, I there's a need for, there's a need for golf cart access and there's a need for bicycle access. And I don't know how we go about getting that, but it is a need that we've not done. It's been identified. And it'd be nice to use the Sixth Avenue corridor to kind of bring in the retention basin, even though it's not a total garden spot, it is something that we've got improvements on.
Mhm.
And bring it in, and that lets golf carts, access Hickory Street, and you can go down Hickory Street and get on the Limestone Road down there by the railroad track. So it's the logical expansion to do something like that. And it's as far as all the ones we've talked about, in my opinion, it's one of the probably most doable as far as scope. It's not that big a one, because all you have to do is safely get across 95 to get into Sixth. And if we could work it, it'd be great to get a sidewalk all the way down to the corner, I think, and I don't know what the vehicle to do. I think to ask for a speed limit, review and assessment. I know an outgoing traffic, you're doing 35 anyway if you get behind any kind of truck.
Mhm.
And so it's not that big a deal on outgoing especially, but
Yeah, right.
sounds like a good ask. And I don't know how they teed it off last time and missed, if you're gonna do speed limit evaluations, I don't know how, to Nita's point, how you missed Highway 95 when we did that on the boulevard.
But we do want to support that new neighborhood. That's the most recent growth in Calvert. So absolutely.
Okay.
Well, they've got a new District 1, or getting a new District 1. I don't know if they've got them yet because Kyle Pope just recently retired. And so I need to find out who that is anyway, so.
Is he out?
Like you told me August first, this is, that was at the time that I believe you told them. So.
Okay, so we'll establish that for now.
Because of all that.
He said they're going.
Hopefully not. So we'll see what that vehicle looks like. I kind of like the idea of having all the council members sign the thing. The mayor and council members, united front and sign it, but I don't know if that's the right vehicle to deal with them or not. So we'll see. That makes sense. Everybody got anything else?
When we asked for the Jake brake sign, did we just not call down there and ask them?
How
How did you do that?
We put put them out on 60. Well, we did put them out.
No,
on
you
60.
put on 95.
Okay, well, I guess on the signs, we just put them out.
I think you called and asked. Cause Greg
Yeah,
was
yeah.
concerned about it.
Yes.
I just wonder if you couldn't just call down there and ask them what the procedure was.
Like they said,
It's it. You won't.
it's it.
Yeah.
That's what we, I believe, or that's what we.
And we'll
I think
call,
Brad
we'll
talked-
call
talked-
Kyle's replacement before we have to send something, but just do an ask. And we'll have the meeting minutes of this to make sure they understand that, this council would be supportive of that. Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Well,
Moving on to some, ordinance work. Who's gonna present our ordinance? Cleaning up. John?
Is an ordinance amending Article 11. This was a, amendment to add by conditional use golf courses and driving ranges in a limited use zone. And so what you see there is the chart before you, just basically the only amendment would be to have the CBD is underlined under L use. That's the only really amendment is to that chart. I can read if you would like.
This is also the recommendation of the planning commission. They had a hearing and public hearing and, this was their recommendation.
so you want a recommendation to pass it or that it?
Yeah, we'll do the motions and then we'll do the reading.
Well, let's do a motion to, introduce it.
Introduce.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
You got a second from Nita?
That's fine.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, so let's, do whatever level of formal reading we need.
It's number 2026-07, an ordinance amending Article 11 of the City of Calvert City Planning and Zoning Ordinance, whereas the City Council of the City of Calvert City, upon the recommendation of the City of Calvert City Planning Commission, has determined that the following amendment is desired and is beneficial to the City of Calvert City Comprehensive Plan. Now therefore be it ordained by the City of Calvert City, Commonwealth of Kentucky, that the following portions of the City of Calvert City Planning and Zoning Ordinances are hereby amended as follows. Article 11, Schedule of Uses. Under golf courses and driving ranges, conditional use is added under the limited use zone.
Before we call the roll and take the vote, this was an oversight, really, right? I mean, this has been something that's been on some of the committee meetings that everybody's saying. Any questions about this before we take a vote? Okay. I was rather surprised to learn that it wasn't. All right. What do you want to take?
Okay, Councilwoman Shelton,
Yes.
Councilman Howard,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hale,
Yes.
Councilman Rao,
Yes.
Councilman Brown,
Yes.
and Councilman Stokes.
Yes.
All in the affirmative.
Okay. Thank you for that. So we got one more of those to go through. New business, we've got a bunch of vacancies on the fire training center board that I need to get some people in place. Kurt Schmidt has retired from Clean Earth, but Kurt is a lieutenant on Palma Brownsburg and assistant chief of Giversville. And he's been on it, I don't know how many terms. Since that left a vacancy, CMAT recommends Drew Walker, who is, I don't know his official title, but he is is in the safety organization of Devonic and is a supervisor for their guard service and over their fire response too. He's also on Possum Trot Fire Department. I don't know his rank. So those are two that are, Kurt's he's experienced, but he's changing positions. And then Dustin Dunn from Ashland, he needs reappointment. His role will not change. So I'd like to make sure that we go ahead and get those. There's a meeting this week, get those taken care of. Any discussion? So Drew Walker of Avonic, Kurt Schmidt of Public Service Fire Departments, and Dustin Dunn of Private. He's currently at Ashland, but represents the public sector. So that said,
I'll make a motion, we approve those appointments.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Have a second.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All All right, thank you.
Start a C or a K.
Okay.
Okay, Kurt's okay. Planning Commission. Darren Seals and Brad Warning are on the Planning Commission and their times are up. And we'd like to reappoint them. I'd like to recommend those two, Darren Seals and Brad Warning, on the Planning Commission.
Make a motion.
I'll say.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
So who did that? I'm sorry.
Motion, so.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay. Departmental reports. Chief Cannon is out of town. Chief Norwine is out of town. We do have Bobby here. Bobby, you want to talk to us about utility? Water cold, bumping. Bobby's been really busy. He's, well, you're not, yeah.
With the fires and whatnot.
The rain kind of slacked off.
Yeah, it has. It's gonna be hot too. That's what I hear next week as well. I mean, I don't have nothing really big or new to report. But I mean, if you have any questions or whatever, I thought I'd take that. But I mean, right now, we're still flushing. You'll still see them out doing that. And we're in the process of getting our new jetter truck and stuff. We've been negotiating with that. I think we got a few projects that go up for bid, I think this week. And we're just doing a lot of maintenance at the moment.
Okay.
Sounds exciting.
Bobby,
It's constant stuff.
when's
the?
when did you make your last hire? Put you on the spot. When did you make your last hire? Your teams have been in place for a while and Bobby's been giving me some
Well,
good.
Ezra was the last one.
Yeah, Bobby's been, and Ezra was experienced before.
And so far, the crew they're outstanding now. I mean, I'm starting to get to where I can just leave them alone. And that's all.
Okay.
Make them just kind of go back and do other things.
So
It's getting there.
he's been talking to me about it and they got him doing pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, you got anything? Okay. All right.
Good.
We're good.
Thank you, guys.
Bobby.
So John, you want to give us an update on projects, et cetera?
Or Brad's already got his grapple, so that's out, this last week and this week doing, brush pickup. We've got, bids out currently for electrical work for the lighting in the Memorial Park, the crosswalk, and the, parking lot behind City Hall, and also for the lighting replacement at fields 1 and 2. Those are all out right now. We're working on bids for the unisex bathroom down at the tennis court, and then the soccer fields, which we won't be able to do until probably October or November, because when they put it in, it's gonna be sodded and it'll actually get a better chance to grab hold, but it'll also have irrigation and drainage set up for that. So, and that's what we're looking at this point. If it works out, we're looking at both the U14, which the 12s are overlaid on the 14s, and then the 2 U8 fields. Best fields we've got are the U6s right now. Once these are done, then you can turn and look at U10s down there in Memorial Park. But right now it's so flat. The only thing we can actually do with this basically is let the water drain to one side instead of trying to crown it. So that's what we're looking at. I'm waiting to talk with someone to get better set of specs for that so that we can bid that one out, because that's gonna be pretty hefty. But we actually moving pretty good with as far as the bids and the projects, so they're moving on. I'm trying to get as many of them moving as I can here in the next month and a half. So those are the two that I'm holding up on because I need some more information. So other than that, we're rolling on. The guys are mowing. So yeah, but mowing is a big deal right now. So and they're running everything full bore. We're still waiting on the work on the the skid steer. It's been in the shop for a while trying to find where the oil leak was. And I think they finally found it. But in the meantime, they finally came up and said, would you like to borrow one of ours? And we were like, yes. So we now have a skid steer to replace the one temporarily until we get ours back. So, I think that's about it at the moment. I'll let, my friend back here speak to the airport. So. Please say it.
Hold up, Mr. Hampton. Don't be shy.
That he is not.
He's got notes.
You got notes?
You got notes? It looks like one piece of paper, but it's really 8. He's got it segmented.
Well, it's really tiny print. Before I cover the capital improvement program, I want to tell you that a miracle happened today. Hanson, as you know, the company I work for, I don't work for myself, I work for them. Was told today, was given today, notice to proceed to construct a fence around the airport.
Really?
Okay.
We will be seeking a permit, as it were, easiest to describe it as a permit, but a waiver to relocate the landing threshold to the west end of the runway, approximately 90 feet. Final distance to be determined, but it will be between 80 and 100 feet. That will shorten the runway for landings from the west. But for all the other 4 directions, landing or takeoff, the runway length will remain the same. So it's we collectively, Hanson and the state agree that losing 90 feet of runway for landing from the west to east is a small price to pay to get for the safety improvements that will happen with the construction of the fence. So we've been given notice to proceed. We've got to complete the specifications, and there'll be some electrical work on the lights to expose that package and reels. So the good news is it will be a 2027 project. Which leads me to the capital improvement plan. I met with the state Department of Aviation last week, and we went over the capital improvement plan. I just wanted to give you a few numbers. Currently, this airport has grant money, Federal Aviation Administration, both under the Airport Improvement Program and the bipartisan infrastructure law that was passed previously. The current balance for grant money available to the airport is $1.121 million. So what we try to do is put together a wish list called the Capital Improvement Program for the 5-year period to let the FAA know how we think that money should be spent. For 2027, we've identified obstruction clearing, bid, and fence design. We're going to let the FAA pay for the fence design, but the construction of the fence will be a state project, so it's not listed on our CIP. In 27, also the precision approach path indicator lighting system, the PAPI system, is also identified for a 2027 project. 2028 will be airport entrance road design and grading. That is.
Could you repeat that?
Pardon?
Could you say it again? I wanna make sure I heard you.
access road design and access road improvements, design and grading.
Thank you so very much.
That is identified as a project taking us over the available grant money. However, KDA and we feel fairly confident that if we get the FAA to pay for the grading, then some department in the state may come up with the remaining money to finish it, pay it. We'll see how that goes, but that's a 2028 project. 2029, I'm sorry, in 2028, also the rehabilitation of the taxiway. 2029 is a year of rest. If nobody else has heard about that, we've just decided it's a year of rest, where we bank the $150 entitlement money. And save it for the next project, which is the apron rehabilitation. And finally, in 2031, the 5th year of the project of the program is an automatic weather reporting system. An AWAS. Total estimated value $2.2 million. As I told you, the FAA money available right now in hand is 1.12 million. However, 5 years of receiving $150,000 a year for 5 more years, $750,000 of federal money. In addition to that, the bipartisan infrastructure is $562,000. So there's
And then being
the
blessed,
account looks good for this airport.
and also the money that we got from the state, or getting from the state.
Yeah, this is an FAA only CIP.
Okay.
The FAA will not see the state CIP.
Okay. I'm glad to
First
hear that.
couple of years that we started doing these together, the FAA never could figure out or separate the two, and they were trying to tell us what to do with state money. And so we don't even tell them anymore what we're doing with state money. But the state projects that we know will be within the next 5 years are, well, the fence, which has already been approved. But we're also, anything that we can get from the state will put toward paving the access road. So far, that's our priority system for the money. As those projects come up, I or someone will be here to report to you as to get her done, as they say.
Okay,
Thank you.
sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think that Calvert City's involvement at the airport's been a pretty darn good success. This is the kind of planning that has to take place. And somebody's got to get it done. So thank you. Blair's sitting here hiding again. She should have gone first
She
this
was
time.
able to get it done.
I just pass that around. On a sticky note, I want you to write 3 reasons why you visit the website, and then bring them back to me after the meeting, if that's okay. So I need some feedback. I've got a couple of things to talk about. We have trivia night, Friday night. It was great. Had a good time. The library, shout out to them because they organized it, and I think they did a really great job coming up with questions. They did that at no cost, saving us about $250 having to hire someone to do it. So definitely appreciate them stepping in to do that. This Friday, we have the back to school splash. We have lots of businesses that are going to set up and hand out school supplies. They're going to play games. We have it's from 5 to 7 in Memorial Park during our food truck Friday nights. It is going to be super fun. There's a foam machine that starts at 6 and also a color blast. So wear clothing that is okay to get, foam and
Disposable.
color on. Yeah. It actually comes out, so it's not going to stain your clothes or anything, but still, it'll be fun.
That is from 5 to 7 in Memorial Park. It's a good time. The police will be there. The fire department will be there. If you would like to work with food, I will try and send that out tomorrow. I was gonna send it today, but if you'd like to work the booth during that time, just let me know. I'll get you on the volunteer list. Yard of the, sorry, not my list. Part of Food Truck Friday nights, we're having every Friday, not every Friday, but most Fridays, something paired with Food Truck Friday nights. So the next thing that we have is August 14th, Back to School Splash. The next weekend is Carson Denfit. He's going to be performing on the 21st, August 21st. August 28th is another trivia night, but it's geared towards kids. So we're calling it Once Upon a Time Trivia. And Adam Morton is doing that, so you can dress up as your favorite character. And Adam, I'm sure, will be in costume in some sort, so that should be interesting too. That's on the 28th in Memorial Park at 6 o'clock. Then we have Yard of the Season, September 10th through the 12th. The registration is up for that, so you can go on and register online. We had about 30 yards last year, so hoping that we have the same amount this year sign up. It's a good time to get stuff cleaned out, and then it also pairs well with the fall cleanup day, which is on September the 19th. The fall cleanup day in Doctor's Park from 8 until noon. That is on the 19th. And then we have September the 18th, September the 4th, we have, I didn't write these in order. So I'm sorry, they're not, it was coming off the top of my head, but September 4th is the Liberty Boys. They're going to be performing their gospel. That's Labor Day Friday. So they'll be performing on September the 4th at 6. And then September 18th is Magician Brad Ray. He'll be doing some magic tricks from 5 to 7 on September the 18th. Anyway, as you guys think through it, just think about why you visit the website too, because I want to make sure that we do it right this time. That the website, it is something that is good for citizens and employees, and kind of it's just a great resource for us. So get that back to me after the meeting. Okay. Any questions?
Thanks, Blair. Okay. I don't think how we want to proceed. We're going to ask for an executive session here in just a minute. Before we do that, Elizabeth, you want to talk to us about anything economic development wise that's not executive session worthy? Okay. I know it put you on the spot, but we talked briefly about it last week, but
things I can share. We have a really robust active project pipeline right now, so we're close to around 634 million in potential capital investment, with a little over 1,000 potential new jobs that would be looking in Angeles County, Marshall County, which is always great. And then I think I shared with you all, or I know I've shared with the mayor, and John's been in on these meetings with us, but KLED this year undertook a site identification study for Calvert City, specifically looking at the possibility of a new industrial site up here, since I don't have any piece of land to market very well. All I have right now, Southwest One Industrial Park, which is in Benton, which is a great site, but also would love to have a second piece of product as well. So we have gone through that process. We're waiting for the final report on that, but it's been wonderful. Our SSG, which is Site Selection Group out of Dallas, to come in here and do that study for us. Really have enjoyed working with them. They are also the third-party consultant that works with the state and the Kentucky Association for Economic Development to run the Kentucky Product Development Initiative program, which is that statewide grant that I can apply for site development dollars. So they also have a really great handle what else is available across the state, which is also advantageous for us to know what there's lack of or what there's too much of. So I really enjoy working with them on that. So,
well, I have to say SSG, since they do work the private side, they've got a unique perspective other than just somebody trying to push product out the front of it.
yes. So air consultants work on kind of company hires them to help them locate site on where there's manufacturing plant there. So they're the ones that contact me in the state when they're looking for a site to go. So also just really great to have that interaction with them and be face to face and build that relationship and just all the knowledge they have.
So Elizabeth has pulled John and members of city staff to talk about different pieces of different parcels around and
Correct,
what the
yes.
utility situation looks like.
Correct, yeah. A lot of those meetings were.
We've done a good job, right? Everybody's done a good
Yes,
job. Okay.
We appreciate, because of course, we just want to evaluate those sites based on the utilities and the infrastructure. That's always going to be the most important. And if there's one we end up wanting to go after, we of course want to know kind of what that financial commitment would look like and what our strategy going forward would be. So yeah, we're headed towards the end of that, but I'm really excited for that and hopefully we can move forward.
Okay. Thank you. Did I? Yeah. Anything? for-
Well, I think it's just wishful thinking. Some sort of similar to outside of the civic center, the yield caution sign that's in the middle of the road. I wish we could do something like that in front of the school. But I know there's the bus turning lane and I don't think that's possible, but I just wish there was something we could in the crosswalk there, because I used to do the crosswalk at Calvert Elementary and my
Right.
life flashed before me several times, but I don't know, just now that school's back in session, I wish there was something we could do outside of the school, but I don't know what else there would be.
Did Brad ever find anything on that search? I know that we had talked about that one that resulted in this. Did we look at positioning some that would allow bus turning lane?
Yeah, there's nothing that can fit in the middle of the road,
Okay.
and not hinder traffic. It's not gonna work there, because down here that's just where your road is closing and opening and, you know, reducing. We're up here, that's an actual working lane, so you can't really do that. Other than the flashing lights, I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah. Well, we had a period of time, and I think it worked for maybe one season, had the lights in the road. Does anybody remember that? They were a certain light condition. They were fabulous, but they just couldn't maintain them. They just wouldn't.
Biggest problem was that was new technology. That was right after I got here. We put those, embedded them in the road and they were solar. And they got to where they just was new technology that didn't last, unfortunately.
So police presence up there at the opening of school and when calls allow, I think that's helpful. We're getting ready. There's a certain time of year when the rising sun is right down the middle of Fifth Avenue, and it's really it's pretty tough. So we'll see what we can do about getting police presence up there at that time. But yeah, I mean, we talked to Brad and keep looking for ideas at different places. Okay. Nita, you got something?
No.
Okay. Jeremy? All right. Ralph?
Have we ever reconsidered or thought about again, we talked about one time a stop sign at Colorado and Riley Circle.
Yeah, I hadn't heard a report back on that. We did take a look at some of the distances on the ditches and stuff. And I do not remember how that came out.
I remember there was a intense focus on policing that area, and I think the main bad actors were addressed. But to your point, I don't think anything.
I don't walk down there, but I do walk on the Colorado. Well, I guess north of 15th, and people go through there really fast.
Starts in
But
Williamson.
that's not where we're talking about having the stop sign anyway, but
The Williamson, I talked to them at the Veterans Breakfast and they said it was still going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike had said that they had pulled people over, but it seemed to still be an issue. And that's when, I think that meeting was when we decided to try to see with the stop if we could. I was wondering about that the other day.
Well, we'll dredge that back up.
Stop there. Make up for it by going faster.
Yeah.
Well,
Twofold. It's a speed issue and it's also a width issue. If you meet anybody, somebody's in the grass.
On the whole length. We did have some people who were concerned about it, but I will note that the people who talked to me about concerned about it were not ones that live there. There were ones using it as for a thoroughfare.
Yeah.
So, and some tickets were written early on. I think it got a couple of individuals enlightened at what the speed limit was, and that helped. But Ralph, I'll follow up. Well, we'll follow up with Brad. See where that wound up. Dustin?
No.
Nothing else? Thank you. Kevin?
I've got a lot, but we don't have.
You got a lot? Okay. All right.
We'll have enough time for everything I've got.
All right.
Well, another meeting.
All right.
I'll
Well,
let Dustin have my time.
with that said, there's a need for an economic development executive session. And Ashley will cover the reasons why we would go into an executive session, and we'll see if somebody wants to ask for it.
Pursuant to Paris 61.815, notice shall be given in the regular open meeting of the general nature of the business to be discussed in closed session. The reason for the closed session is for specific provision of Paris 61.810 authorizing the closed session. So specifically, discussions between a public agency or representative, and discussions concerning a specific proposal of open discussion that could jeopardize the city's retention, expansion, or upgrading of business. So these are particular proposals for businesses, and that particular provision of 61.810 is 1G.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm asking for an executive session. Somebody will make a motion.
I'll make a motion to enter executive session.
Take a pick on seconds. Yeah.
Give one.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And nobody opposed. So we're going to talk about some projects. I doubt that we'll have any announcements at the end of it. So appreciate everybody's time.
If you take any action.
Yes, I'll text you guys.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.